Thank you so much. Do you want to do just a quick introduction of yourselves and which clusters you both look after?
Sure, thank you, Audra. So, shall I start?
Yeah, please do.
Thank you. So my name is Lamberto Coccioli, and I'm the director of the CreaTech Frontiers cluster in the West Midlands. So the cluster is a consortium of 6 core partners, which include the Birmingham City University, where I work. In fact, I work at Royal Birmingham Conservatoire, which is part of Birmingham City University. And then we have 3 more universities in the cluster, so the University of Warwick, University of Birmingham, Coventry University, and then we have Royal Shakespeare Company as a partner, and also Digital Catapult.
Richard?
Yes, my name is Richard Koeck. I'm director of MusicFutures, creative cluster in music, located in Liverpool. MusicFutures is a collaboration between the University of Liverpool and Liverpool John Moores University, the Liverpool City Council, its combined authorities, 2 core industry partners. One is the ACC Arena, the other one is ATLEP as a technology partner. And we are situated with a network of around 28 partners, most of them regional, but also some national bodies that represent the music industry, such as UK Music, Live, and UK IPO, the Intellectual Property Office.
Thank you both. So it is going to be a bit of a quick fire round. We haven't got long, but Richard and Lamberto will be around, so I'm sure you can catch them a bit later if we don't cover everything off. So I'd like to start off asking you both about your success in securing institutional support to apply for a creative industries cluster. So what advice would you give to prospective clusters on how to gain buy-in and support from their university before beginning an application?
Shall I start? I think it's a good moment for us to ask for institutional support at the moment. You probably be surprised by my answer here, because obviously finances are dire and universities are struggling on multiple ends. But I think it's a good moment to actually talk to them about what role they want to play in a place and what role they see themselves in the next 5 to 10 to 15 years. So I think a lot of things could change, and I think the Creative Cluster program is kind of spearheading towards that change and is helping perhaps to implement and ease some of the transitions that maybe some universities will be seeing. So I think it's a good moment to speak to universities, to ask for support. It's important that you do this early on. I think the institutional buy-in has to be also around the question that you need to explain this is not a quick game, this is a long game. This is about positioning a city region, for instance, very strategically, and a university business partnership very strategically for a longer term. So yeah, that's probably would be the advice I would give.
Yeah, I think. I think I agree with Richard. I mean, maybe from a more practical perspective, universities, unless they have already run creative clusters before, so some of our colleagues told about their experiences just a few minutes before. If they haven't done this, it's really hard for them to understand what this is about. This is not research funding, but it will come through research channels into universities. So the important thing, I think, if you want your university, if you're thinking of applying, of course, and you want your university to buy into this program and into the vision, is to make sure that they understand this difference and they understand all the implications. So this funding is for the region. So as Richard was saying, it's all about the long term, the strategy, and it's about understanding how your senior management at your university actually aligns to this vision. And if I want to invest, because this is really about the creative industries, it's not about the university, it's not about the REF 2029 or anything like that. There will be benefits for universities, of course, and I'm sure that you will be very skilled at putting all the right wording in so that it looks like it's also good for the university and not just for, but it's important that in terms of the strategy, this is seen as a way of the universities benefiting the region. So you need a lot of buy-in from your senior management. You need a champion at senior management level from the start. It's really important also to have someone in finance that understands that this is not research funding and can actually reassign or redesign processes so that it can actually support the funding and especially the grant disbursement, which is not what universities normally do. So there's a steep learning curve there for everyone, but if you've got good champions at the top, then it would be better, it would be easier.
I just would like to add a little bit of this. It's a simple piece of advice. I think whenever I meet someone in my university who refers to us as a project, oh, you're from the MusicFutures project, this is my opportunity to just explain to them a little bit more about what MusicFutures is. It's a program, you know? This is not an R&D project. We don't work on a single problem. We are plugging into a much wider network of challenges and opportunities. And we have a mandate to deliver something for the region and for businesses and for creatives. And I think that is a kind of the vital bit of information that you need to get across. Brilliant,
thank you. Nicely brings us on to my next question, thinking about team composition. So what roles have you found essential within your team to successfully establish and run the cluster? Who have you brought in to help you get started in these past 8 months? Yeah,
8 months.
8 months.
I think a good program manager is super important, obviously. I think I was really fortunate to find a program manager in Kirsty Connell, who has a lot of experience in managing very large, complex programs such as this. And that really was absolutely quintessential. And then obviously you have your areas that you need to address. I mean, I mapped the team against the challenges and against the KPIs and the kind of areas that we wanted to have an impact in, obviously leading us to R&D and innovation and music business, to business support, to EDI, sustainability, IP and law. So we have leads in all these areas within MusicFutures. So we're a body with quite a lot of arms and legs. But again, a piece of advice for those of you who might be considering to apply is that when it comes to the team composition, you have to be just mindful that there cannot be any slack. Every member of our team knows exactly why they are on board and what their role is. There's not a single person who's just on a nice ride. This sounds good. I want to be associated with MusicFutures. That's not how it works. We're all in.
Yeah, a lot of hard work for everyone involved, really. And it's very easy to underestimate the amount of work that this needs before applying and once you've applied. Especially in the first year, I mean, we're 9 months in, something like that. The onboarding of everything, it takes a huge amount of time. In terms of team composition, we have two basic, at the kind of day-to-day running of the cluster, we've got two bodies. One is the kind of BCU, so Birmingham City University team, where I've got a small team of 4 or 5 people, of which, of course, our cluster manager, Laura, is here. Hi, Laura, if you want to talk to her, which is great. We make a great team, and we have support from other members of the team. But also we have a management team with all our partners, so the ones I mentioned before, the other universities and the other partners, research organizations. And there, what we found really useful was to have from each representative from the universities at least, not at least, but actually 2 specific representatives on the management team, one from professional services and one from academic, so that we could cover every area of university intervention if we needed to. And that has helped a lot in terms of the speed at which we can get things done in other universities if we need to, and the response time of our partners is a lot quicker because we've got sitting on our team, our management team that meets weekly or bi-weekly depending, we have people that can address issues around professional services and can look, they know the processes inside their university a lot better than an academic would, and so make things a lot easier for us.
Brilliant. I think, yeah, that just really highlights the kind of diversity that you need within your delivery team, and the complexity of delivering a creative industry cluster. So potentially this is my last question, depending on how long you want to answer it. So I did say it was a bit of a quick fire round. This could be a bit sticky, but perhaps the most interesting for our audience to hear about. And I'm going to ask you about challenges and surprises. So what have been the biggest surprises or unexpected challenges that you've encountered while setting up your cluster? So you can be as open and honest as you wish, or you can be a bit of a secret squirrel. Not tell us.
Yeah, good question. I mean, there were no surprises. We planned everything out. We had a spreadsheet. It had about 120 rows. We planned the program very thoroughly. We were well commended for our thorough application. And I think in the first 9 or 10 months, I would say that 2 of the 3 very large interventions that we've done was unplanned. We didn't have them in the plan, but they were simply opportunities or challenges that we came across, and we just had to do it. And this is again a big thanks and shout out to obviously Helen and the HLC team allowing us to build that agility into a Creative Clusters program. But in terms of a real challenge, I would say that it was, yes, we knew it's going to be difficult to set up a new program of that nature, of scale and ambition within a university framework. But I think the challenge was bigger than I expected. It took us a very long time to just get operational. And thankfully, this is a 5-year program, and I'm confident that by the end of it, we will be operational.
You'll be up and running.
To the level, to the level that I think we should operate. But it's a bit of a learning curve for everyone involved to just understand that what we do is not business as usual at all.
Yeah. Brilliant, thank you. Lamberto?
So I would divide it in 2 phases. So before applying, and so during the application process, and then the first 7 months and 9 months, as Richard was talking about. In the preparation phase, I think what was a challenge was to build trust among all the partners. That took longer than what we thought. It's really hard because universities have different agendas, and of course you have to respect that, but at the same time they also understand the bigger picture. So it's trying to get everyone on the same page and understand that we're all working for the benefit of the region, and getting there. It was more challenging than what I thought, but we got there in the end. So that was before. Once the project started, I was very pleasantly surprised by the support of our university. They at every level, they really bought into this. They wanted this to succeed. They were incredibly supportive. Various services redesigned the processes, trying to help us. Others were a bit longer, but again, there was certainly goodwill from their side. On the other hand, the kind of slightly negative surprise was the fact, and again, this is a common thing for many universities around the country, financial challenges. This means that your university, of course, is always in a process of change, and change is a steady status of universities, we know that. But at the moment, there is a lot of also internal restructuring, which may affect the delivery of large projects like this one. So maybe one little advice, practical advice, when you write your application, make sure that all the key people that run the project are from the grant and not matched as a university-funded posts. They are actually written in the grant. There is a limit. I don't know what it will be in the next call. For us, it was 30% of the total cost that you can put to the grant could go into management of the project. I think it would be wise to make sure that the roles that you think are key for running, crucial for running the project, are actually paid by the grant. That could insulate a bit your project, your cluster, from potential university financial constraints. Sorry, this sounded a bit ominous.
No,
realistic.
Yeah. Good advice. So I do have one last very quick question, if you're kind of up for answering it in the 3-ish minutes that we've got left. So I think just to touch on partnership development, so obviously we've heard from the previous panel about the importance of partnerships and really kind of emphasising that it doesn't happen overnight. So what guidance and what sort of top tip, maybe one top tip, would you offer on building and managing partnerships within your cluster, kind of now that you're in the thick of it?
It's an area I'm really passionate about. I think my advice would be to be strategic about your partnership. I think there are different ways you can go. I think previous creative clusters and other large programs, I know they often bring in a very large industry partner, perhaps a multinational partner into the framework, which I think is good. I think for the Liverpool MusicFutures bit, we thought we have the strength within our existing cluster and city region to go into this without necessarily bolting on very, very large international partnerships. I think that paid off. So being very strategic about your partnership, and then how do you get the buy-in? I think my advice would be to listen to your industry partners, actually what are their real pressure points, and then also understanding what you can bring into that partnership as representing a university. What is the value that your university and your cluster brings to this industry partnership?
Yeah, all of the above, as Richard said. Plus, I would go back to my idea of having this trust building phase, which is so important. So the way we did it was through complete transparency with our partners, what we wanted to achieve. By the way, I should have mentioned that apart from the 6 core partners, we also have a network of 30 plus industry partners that are involved, that are supporting the project either in kind or through facility access, resources, and so on. So they will be involved in the delivery. But yes, the transparency with the other partners is absolutely key. And we did this almost religiously. We shared everything from financial, accounting, all aspects of the project. As we were building the call, we were making sure that all our partners had complete visibility of everything, and we never hid. So again, this helped, of course, building trust. Also, if it led also to some awkward conversations sometimes, but I think it was better than keeping our secrets. So it worked in the end, yes.
Brilliant. That's it. Thank you. Super quick fire round. So yeah, as I said, I'm sure that I might be putting you on the spot here, but Richard and Lamberto will be around for a bit more of the day today. So I'm sure you'll be happy to kind of answer any more technical and maybe more of the nitty-gritty questions that people might have. So thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate your time. And thank you to everybody for the first half of this session, of this morning session. It's been really, really interesting and really fab to hear from our panellists and our speakers. It's break time now, so go and grab a coffee and a snack that might be on offer out there, and if we can bring you back into the room by 11:45 if you're keen to come back and see what we've got to share in the next half. Thank you very much.